both graduated from Birmingham University, and we both studied in Birmingham as well. Dentistry, actually, I got into it very early on. So in year 10, I actually did my work experience at a dental. I had 1 week at a dental clinic and another week in Superdrug. And obviously, on the back of that, I ended up working as a sort of a part-time nurse in between, studying, etc., and A levels, because back then you could. And and I loved it, and I think it was a perfect mixture because it was science and art together. So, and then got into Birmingham Uni. The first 2 years when it was very much, theoretical, I enjoyed it, but as soon as the practical element started, I think that's when I really got into my own, and I went from party Raj at uni to serious going to be a Dr. Raj, and then afterwards as well. And and it's almost like a bit of a bug once you get a bit hooked, and then you want to, and even now, it doesn't stop now. And Facey Smile is a product of that, is where we're pushing the boundaries of everyday learning and wanting to do better and better, because it becomes addictive. Yeah, so Facey Smile is something that, it's a concept that actually Kiran and I know it sounds cheesy, but we actually started discussing it at university because we were obviously together, and we graduated together, and it's something that we always were working towards. So very, very early on, we knew that our ultimate aim was to open our own clinic. But what we wanted was a clinic that combines everything and has a holistic approach to our patients' journey and experience with us. So it was to obviously able to offer quality dental treatments, facial aesthetics, cosmetic dentistry, and general dentistry, and combine it all, but at the same time making sure our patients almost felt that they were in a five-star hotel. We enjoy traveling, and we've traveled the world, and we've actually all throughout, before opening the clinic, we used to go to hotels and pick up all these little tips and be like, oh, look how well that service was. Oh, little things. I remember we were in Hong Kong, and when they cleaned our room, the housekeeper used to fold up the cables and put a little cable tie of iPhone chargers, and we thought, oh, that's cool. So now we have that in the clinic. So it's all these little things that we picked up just to make sure that our patients feel extra special. So I guess Facey Smile was a product of great clinical work, but also a great patient experience. Our key focus, I guess, is anything and everything. To be honest with you, we were combining, great dentistry. So that's general dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, and that includes dental implants, endodontics, and all those sort of specialities as well, and prosthodontics. And then also we have the facial aesthetics element to our practice as well. Hence the name Facey Smile. We're a holistic approach. We basically are covering everything. We don't need to refer anything out because everything is done in-house, and including our dental lab as well. So we even have our lab on site as well to make sure that everything is done within our building. So it's a great mission, is to be able to treat our patients with them feeling nice and comfortable, but not having to go anywhere else. I think the biggest, obstacle of them all was the building itself. The building that we acquired, we were very, very, we always wanted to purchase a building. We wanted to make sure we were freeholders, so that obviously narrowed down our search. But at the same time, we also wanted to be very accessible. So we wanted to be on a high street, have a really good footfall. So again, that narrowed down our search as well. So the building that we came across, even it ticked a lot of the boxes, but one of the boxes it didn't tick is that it was in disrepair. It needed a lot of repair work. And it was an old building. So it was working around the original structure and being able to get clever architects and interior designers in who would be able to kind of essentially carve out a dental practice and what we wanted to create and put that together. So that was our biggest obstacle on what to actually, because sometimes actually, when you acquire a dental clinic, it's a little bit easier because the blueprint's already there and you're just refurbishing. But when you have a squat clinic, it's very hard because you have a blank canvas. You can literally do anything, which is exciting, but at the same time, it's an obstacle in itself because you don't know what's right or wrong, right? So you're taking a lot of advice from professionals and also colleagues that have done it, and then putting it all together and putting your stamp on it. I think the first thing I would do is what I always advise is always have the end in mind, or at the end goal. If you're someone who wants to be a great associate, you know, and which is a great career pathway, then have that end goal in mind, so that you might not necessarily have to do some things that maybe I do. But if your end goal is to open a clinic and go down the ownership of a clinic pathway, then you know you have to put in a lot of things. So, for example, building up a social media presence, building up a marketing for yourself as a clinician. That's really, really important, because at the end of the day, when you open a squat clinic, what was on Kiran and I's favor, I guess, was that we were recognized as clinicians, and we had a social media presence. So a lot of the patients, you know, were able to recognize who we were and able to see what we were building a clinic and see the journey, and then obviously come across to the clinic as well, which was really, really beneficial. And also, I think above all, which out trumps everything, and it's, you know, if I'm honest with you, you can have a great clinic, but if you're not good clinically and can't deliver results, so there's no cutting corners on that. You know, I could have opened a clinic 5 years ago, but I didn't, because I was very, very determined that, and Kiran and I were very, very determined that we were going to first master our art, master our skill, and then take that step. You know, now I'm not worried if a patient comes with a broken tooth and I have to take it out in emergency. But 5 years ago, maybe I was worried, and now if I was an owner as well, you know,
for sure.
Because it would have added to the anxiety. But now it's because, you know, although I'm also still learning, but because I'm confident and we're confident in a lot of the treatments we're doing, it makes it a lot easier, especially for Kiran and facial aesthetics. As we all know, there's so many complications. I mean, Kiran will tell us, if you're underconfident and if you are not good clinically, it's very difficult to run your own clinic. Our main plan is to, I guess, grow the clinic, grow the business. You know, we want to continue to serve our patients, deliver great results, but at the same time, it's the biggest cost that it comes to being so involved clinically is time. You know, we've spent a lot of time, and we're in the clinic, you know, 6 and sometimes 7 days a week, working very, very hard. So now it's about building our team, mentoring the other dentists that have joined us or are going to be joining us as well, and growing our team really to be able to deliver the same results that we have been, and continue to grow our brand, our clinic. I think after a while it becomes, for us, it's more important to focus on our team rather than ourselves personally, because that's the only way our clinic will grow and our brand will grow. So that's what we're concentrating on, and then I guess, you know, looking at future growth as well, maybe another clinic on a different location, etc. So yeah, and yes, it's exciting times ahead.